Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Robincraft. This episode with Bedrock Charge, or me, is going to be constructing a mob grinder for my friend Max in payment for 3 mending books. I will also be joining his team, the Falcon Alliance.
Okay. That was wonderful, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, thank you. I just love how sophisticated Max's intro is. Like Max said in the wonderful intro, this episode, the first half, I am going to be helping Max and creating a mob grinder with him. Also, I'm going to be joining the Falcon Alliance, which is Max's group, which is basically dedicated to catching the Robincraft criminal and stuff.
Resource gathering.
Yeah, resource gathering as well.
Okay, tell me when you've signed the book, alright?
Okay, this is the Falcon Alliance agreements. I hereby swear that I will not kill other members of the Falcon Alliance, hit villagers, break blocks and bases, steal or kill villagers. I also swear that I will come to the aid of the other Falcon Alliance members if they come under attack or if they are trapped and want revenge on the trapper. And I will now sign this creed, which is basically the other side of the war, and also dedicated to resource gathering. And I hereby call this Falcon Alliance agreements. How many other people have joined the Falcon Alliance?
So currently it's just us two because you're the only person that I've seen online. So in this shulker, I have two men.
You have a shulker box?
What?
Sick. You have a shulker box. That's really cool. Whoa,
yeah,
you have. Okay, you have a lot of many books.
Here, I'll give you 2 up front, and then and then once the mob grinder is completed, I'll give you the other one.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
That sounds like a good deal.
There are your mending books. Come in here, okay? So here's where I have all my villagers. So I have my Fletcher here.
Nice.
I have mending for 30 emeralds.
That's insane.
I have mending for 12 emeralds here.
What? You say what now? Okay, is it possible?
And then I for 17 emeralds. Feel free to trade with them. Just don't kill them or hit them.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, like we're in the same team. We're supposed to help each other out, mate.
Thank you so much.
No, I already have like 12 spare mending books. So like, yeah.
That's insane.
Well,
thank you so much.
So
yeah.
A villager escaped, and so I put him under these trap doors. And he's infinity for 5 emeralds. And 5 emeralds is the minimum cost of all the enchantments. No, don't get out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah. Looks like he might be escaping again. Wow, that's so good. Okay, so where would you like me to put the mob grinder?
I think maybe around like here.
Okay, so just so you know, I'm going to give you a little bit more information on the mob grinder I'm building. The people watching this also don't know this, but I looked up some designs, and I'm not going to be doing the same design I did in the shopping district.
Yeah.
But it's going. So by itself, it's about as efficient as the one in the shopping district. But what I'm going to do to make it a little bit more efficient is put it at the bottom of the world. And this is where it all went wrong. How the mob spawning works is that it spawns mobs at the lowest possible place first and then goes up. So it will spawn on the mob grinder before any other mob spawn.
Okay.
Which will make the rates insane. Yeah. In reality, it won't.
I'm gonna give you a gift really quick.
Oh yeah, sure, thanks. You don't need it though.
It's fine. Alright, here.
What the heck? You have made my life so much easier.
I think you took my shulker box.
Yeah, I'll just take that because you've been so nice to me, and I'll just steal that. I'm just kidding. Oh, what the heck? Thank you so much, dude.
I mean, like, mate, I have 2 spare netherite ingots, so.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know there's
Do you want
been some things in the past, but this has like made up for it. I am going
you're
to
welcome.
have your mob grinder completely up and ready before the end of this week.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you so much. This is a great, I think this is going to be beneficial to both of us. Okay, so that was a pretty dang good trade. So we got netherite upgrades. That is kind of insane. I mean, I'm just amazed that Max has given the netherite upgrade and 3 mending books. Anyways, I guess the only thing to do is build the farm. We gotta create this into a mob grinder at the bottom of the world. That's gonna be kinda tough, but hopefully not too tough. I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be a lot of work, but I already dug out an entire 120 by 120 by 120 space. So this is nothing. I guess we have to get to work. I'm just gonna start digging this. Which is good, which is worth it because we got frickin' netherite and mending books. And a mending villager. Thank you, Max. Mining away, la 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 la. Now mining the actual stone. I just started a raid. That's not good. Yeah, this is not good. I probably should have been more careful about getting bad omen. So far I'm doing pretty good. Forget that you ever heard that voice crack. Okay, now the Ravengers have come out. I won! Let's go. Wait, that means I get discounts for this guy. I get 9 for a mending book. Okay, so here's the new plan. I'm gonna get all of the mending books I can right now. I'm gonna try to get enough mending books for all of my gear. And then we're gonna continue doing the digging the hole and digging the mob grinder for Max. Got the emeralds. And now I got the books. And now I got the mending. Now I got all the mending books that I need for all of my gear. Anyways, back to mining. I have finally dug out the hole at the bottom of the world for the mob grinder. And now the only thing left to do is make the mob grinder. And no, I wasn't dumb and dug out the entire dimensions of the mob grinder down to the bottom of the world instead of just digging a tiny 2x2 hole down to the bottom of the world and then digging the dimensions of the mega mob grinder there. Why would you ever suggest that? Outrageous suggestions behind. I now that I have the entire dimensions of the mob grinder completely filled out and completely dug out, there's one thing left to do. And that's to make the actual mob grinder. Getting the materials required for the mob farm. And just like that, the first layer of the mob grinder is complete. And the second layer as well. And this is the collection system, which as you can see is now complete. Means it's time for the most dangerous part. Removing all of the torches. Because as soon as I remove the torches, all the monsters will spawn and possibly a creeper could spawn and break the entire mob grinder. Here I go. I'm holding my breath for this one because with all those torches removed, the mob grinder should be working, yet it is not. So I figured out why the farm isn't working. We're in a deep dark biome. Mobs can't spawn in the deep dark biome. So this entire farm, it doesn't work and it never will. Guess there's only one thing to do. Find a space for the new mob grinder. And with that box checked, as you can see here, The only thing left to do is to reconstruct the mob grinder. With both layers done now, there's only one thing left to do. Finish up the mob grinder. I have some good news, which is that the mob farm is now complete. And with all the decorations in place, this mob grinder is actually looking pretty cool, if I do say so myself. But now we need to gather up the materials for the water elevator that's going to be going up to the mob grinder, which I'm currently doing. Okay, I promise to stop after this one. And now the only thing left to do is put in all of the glass. And finally, with all of the water in, the mob farm is completed. Celebration dance. Me doing the dance without the music looks so weird. Moving on. The next thing that I want to do, now that the mob grinder's complete, is work a little bit on the mega base. And as some of you may know, last episode, I needed a bunch of oxidized copper for the underwater dimension of my mega base. So I created these huge copper fields. So what I basically need to do is mine out all of the copper in those copper fields, because now they're oxidized. Currently fast traveling in Minecraft, and now that I'm actually at the copper fields, they're not looking so great. So I think I'm just going to AFK here until this place is actually oxidized, because the copper fields, as I actually kind of expected, they aren't fully oxidized yet. And I'll just AFK to get this whole thing oxidized. And now, after being AFK for 4 hours, the copper field is entirely oxidized. Now we just need to mine all of this, and now we have all the copper we need for the underwater dimension. And now, since I've been stuck with this really bad armor since the beginning of Robincraft, I'm going to try to get some really, really good armor. But we're gonna need to go to the mob grinder for that. Fast traveling in Minecraft again? Hello? There's a lot of people. But moving on from that, I've come here to get the XP we need to enchant all of our stuff. And with that now completed, I just need to gather all the stuff I need to enchant. Now I am determined to make a really powerful armor set without looking anything up. And I know for professional Minecrafters, that's not much of a challenge. But I'm still gonna do it because I think it's a challenge and it's a challenge to me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to enchant all of my stuff first, and then I'm going to combine it all. That's quite a lot of enchanting, but eventually we got all of the stuff that we need to get OP armor. And now I just need to do the very, very tiny, tiny little task of combining it all. No, I did not forget my mending books in the ender chest. And no, I don't need to go all the way back to Max's base to get it again. Mending books not retrieved. Now in the process of combining everything with our new Hawkeye finishing it off, we're officially OP. I mean, just looking at the armor, we have Unbreaking 3, Aqua Affinity, Mending, Protection 4 for the helmet. A kind of trash chest plate, but it's fine. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending Diamond Leggings. Fire Protection 3, Depth Strider 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Feather Falling 3, Diamond Boots. That's pretty dang good. definitely better than what we had before. As for the tools, the sword has fire aspect 2, sharpness 5, unbreaking 3, mending, sweeping edge 3. It's literally like the best sword in the game that you can get with diamond. Diamond pickaxe, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, and mending. Efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, mending for axe. Efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, mending for diamond shovel. And for a new Hawkeye, we have power 5, flame, punch 2, mending, and unbreaking 3. We literally have some absolutely OP armor. And it's only the 8th episode of Robincraft. This series is going by fast. But anyways, why I didn't really get a good chest plate is because I'm not going to be using it for very long, in case you're wondering. And I'm not going to be wearing my OP armor until I get an Elytra. Because I never really show my deaths, but about 70% of my deaths are from falling. And I don't want to die with this kind of armor on. So now that I have a bunch of OP gear, there's one final thing I want to do in today's episode. And that is to gather a fraction of the enormous amount of quartz that we need for the underwater dimension of the mega base. And I think I'm going to do it in the form of a time lapse, just to make it chill for the last little bit of this episode. So I'm going to put some of my gear in a chest, make sure I'm safe, put on a golden helmet, go to the nether, and then gather a bunch of quartz. Hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. But swiftly moving on, I have some good news and some bad news. How about let's start with the good news? Good news is that I got 44 more stacks of quartz crystals, which is a huge step in the 147 stacks of quartz crystals we need. So that's a good thing. But the bad news is really, really, really bad. Remember that OP sword I had? It's no longer in my hotbar. Check the inventory. It's no longer in my inventory. It's somewhere in the nether, in lava. And so is all of my armor. And so is my insane fire protection 4 golden helmet. Isn't that wonderful? It's so dang wonderful, isn't it? I hate the nether. I hate the nether. I hate the nether. I hate the nether. You know, I really hate the nether. Why is there such a thing as the nether? Why? Why does the nether have to be like this? But I'm going to get all of that stuff back next episode because unfortunately that is all the time I have today. Hope you guys enjoyed this Robincraft episode. Please make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe. It really, really helps. Just a single subscriber really, really helps more than you know. So please hit that subscribe button down below and comment some feedback. It's really helpful. Anyways, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.